Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I've been reading about this thing called Kambe Raung, and honestly, it's been keeping me up at night.
Oh yeah? What got you hooked?
Well, the name itself, right? Like Kambe means coffin or container for storing bodies, and Raung means to wail or moan. So you literally have a wailing coffin. That's the legend?
Yes, but it's not just any coffin, you know. It's specifically a burial container where the spirit inside is restless, like the ancestor isn't at peace.
Wait, so the coffin itself moves?
Yeah, the coffin becomes the agent of the haunting. The spirit manifests through the burial container.
That's wild. And this ties into Dayak funeral practices?
Oh, absolutely. So the Dayak people have this two-staged burial system called Tiwah. First, they bury the body in the ground.
Wait. 2 stages?
Right. So first burial is temporary. Then later, sometimes years later, they dig up the bones, clean them, and place them in a sanctified coffin.
Okay.
And then here's the part that blew my mind when I first learned it. They either store it in a sandung house or hang it in trees.
Hang it? Like suspend coffins from tree branches?
Yes, in Central Kalimantan, especially. The idea is elevation brings the spirit closer to the creator. It's actually a huge honor.
Wow. So it's not like leaving bodies exposed or anything disrespectful?
No. Totally the opposite. It's reverence. But here's where the Kambe Raung story comes in.
Yeah?
The legend warns what happens when that respect fades. When ancestors are neglected, not prayed for, not honored properly.
The coffin starts moving.
Exactly. Local people say moving by itself and moaning sounds from the burial area.
God, that's creepy.
And the worst part, the legend says it can drag a person into the spirit world. Like they won't come back.
Okay, so there's an actual story from the 1990s, right, in some village?
Yes, this account came from someone named S in Palangkaraya, telling Dang's story.
Dang?
Yeah, so it starts really normal, just a rubber tapping village where everyone helps during harvest season.
Right. Community work, right?
Exactly. Families in the fields, they've got a radio for company, very ordinary day.
And then?
So the radio starts crackling during Maghrib, evening prayer time. They're listening to some drama show, but then weird sounds start cutting through from the fields.
What kind of sounds?
At first, like falling monkeys, then water rowing.
Water rowing, but they're in rubber fields, right?
Miles from any river, then wood scraping sounds.
Okay, that's unsettling.
So the group tries to dismiss it, but the sounds keep going. One guy, Arut, walks toward the noise with a lamp.
Oh no, why would you do that?
Right? And he finds a coffin standing upright, just there. And it's moving toward them.
Standing upright?
The description is so specific. Mossy surface, these branch-like forms, dragon motifs carved in, and long white hair trailing from its sides.
White hair?
Yeah, like it had been up in the trees so long, it was camouflaged with the forest. The material says it looked like a tree trunk with limbs and moss.
That's terrifying, but also makes sense. Like if it's been hanging in a tree for decades?
Exactly. The tree grows around it, moss covers it, it literally becomes part of the landscape.
So what do? They run.
Oh yeah, the coffin follows them and they can hear the wood scraping getting louder and louder.
Oh my God.
One of them, Ramla, nearly collapses, almost gets taken, but they make it to a Christian cemetery and hide among the graves.
Wait, they hide in a cemetery from a coffin?
I know, right? The irony. But the Kambe Raung follows them in, gets stuck between tomb crosses, struggles and moans.
It gets stuck.
Yeah, trapped between the stones. Can't reach them. Eventually just, falls there, lodged between gravestones.
So they survive the night.
They do. Next day, Dang's mother tells the village elder, the Panachua, and a group goes to check.
And?
The coffin is still there, stuck between the gravestones, not moving.
So what do? You can't just leave it there, right?
It explains. They call in a spiritual mediator called a Panahu. This guy named Paklanto.
What's a Panahu?
In Dayak Tehiraning tradition, it's someone who can become a vessel for spirits. So during the ritual, he gets possessed so the community can basically negotiate with the spirit.
Wait, he gets possessed on purpose?
Yeah, and the material quotes him asking, "Hey, you Kambe Raung, why are you bothering people in this town?"
And the spirit answers?
Through the Panahu, yes. It says, I came to ask for food.
Food?
The spirit claims it was once a respected leader named Pak Dalbe. His coffin had been hung in a giant tree, but over time it got forgotten. The tree grew, moss covered it.
And his descendants died out.
Exactly. No more prayers, no more offerings. The spirit grew restless.
So it's not evil, it's just forgotten.
Right, and that ties back to the whole cosmology. Ancestors need ongoing remembrance. Without that, they can become troubled and return.
But wait, doesn't the spirit demand something terrible, like a human sacrifice?
Yes, it asks for a young girl's soul.
What?
But the Pinaktua refuses. He bargains, says no human lives, we'll give you anything else.
And the spirit accepts.
With a small smile, a cow. They offer a sacrificial cow instead, and the spirit agrees and departs.
So they negotiate, like actual negotiation with a ghost.
Through ritual exchange, yeah. Then they retrieve the coffin, rehang it properly, perform offerings, prayers.
And peace returns.
The material says the sound stopped after that. The community learned not to forget ancestor worship.
There's a lesson there, huh?
Oh, absolutely. The material even says sometimes these mystical stories happen not just to scare us, but to remind us not to forget where we come from.
So it's folklore as cultural memory.
Exactly. These narratives encode social rules. Maintain the Tiwah, care for the Sandang, keep offerings, remember names.
Or risk this cosmological disorder.
Right, and from my fieldwork, stories like this are pretty common in indigenous cosmologies. Not identical, but the theme repeats.
So it's less about a literal monster and more a moral lesson given terrifying form.
Well, yes and no. People report real sensory experiences, sounds, sightings, physical effects. Within their worldview, it's both moral and phenomenologically real.
The description of it camouflaged like a tree trunk explains how it could be forgotten for decades.
Yeah, the book makes that point. Tree growth, moss, bark, it dresses the coffin over time, so it literally becomes part of the tree.
That's hauntingly poetic.
And there's an ecological logic, too. Large trees in Kalimantan grow a lot, raising the coffin higher and higher out of sight.
Ask, is spirit possession a normal thing in Dayak practice, or is it exceptional?
Spirit mediumship is established in many parts of Borneo. Panahu, or equivalent roles, enter trance states. It's a mediatory technique, not theatrical.
Impressive. The negotiation detail is fascinating. Offering a cow instead of a human shows moral boundaries.
Yes, ritual exchange solves the problem. Material sacrifice, prayers, ceremony, it restores balance.
Did the village change its practices permanently after this?
They became more consistent about praying for ancestors, not forgetting the Tiwah rites, the haunting, corrected cultural memory loss.
There's an identity angle, right? Like, the story warns about losing ties to your roots.
Absolutely. The narrator says maintaining customs protects you from losing identity.
Did people rationalize it differently before and after? Like dismissing it as old stories, then being forced to reassess?
Yes. Villagers first thought it was folklore to keep traditions alive, but when they experienced it directly, they recommitted.
Folklore as a safety valve until reality tests the community.
And the coffin offering is symbolic, not just food, but reestablishing reciprocal ties between living and dead.
The spirit was named Pak Dalbe. Atat leader, does status matter?
Very much. His authority meant he got an elaborate Tiwah. High status dead demand continued recognition. When that stops, consequences are weighty.
Social hierarchy extends beyond life.
Precisely. These practices preserve social memory and lineage continuity. Ignoring them erases communal history.
Excitingly, the coffin had dragon motifs. That feels unusual for Borneo.
It's likely stylized. Motifs vary regionally. Could be creatures symbolizing power or lineage emblems.
Impressed. So motifs indicate status and identity too.
Yeah, every element communicates something. Who the person was, their role, how the living relate to them.